Are you about to get married and you don't want it to end in divorce? Or are you newly married and you just want to make sure you guys stay strong? Well, I have 15 tips for you. Hey, best friend. The first thing you want to do is spend time with each other. You want to see each other in all of your seasons. No, I'm not just talking about summer, winter, spring, and fall. I'm talking about when you have money or when you broke, when you're healthy or when you're ill. You want to see each other in all of your seasons to know how you will react. Second tip, you want to date and become friends. The stronger your friendship, the stronger your relationship will be. Trust me. And during this time of becoming friends, you want to learn as much as you can about each other, especially childhood. Your childhood will determine a lot of your personality and how you respond to things during your adult life. Okay? Your third thing, you want to talk about money. So, you need to determine, how do you feel about money? How do you treat money? So are you Mr. Krabs and you're holding on to every penny? Or are you making it rain and spending money and your mentality is, you know what, money comes and goes? So money can cause a lot of issues in relationships. Okay? Number 4, children. You need to determine, do you want children? If so, how many children? And if you're not wanting children right now, you need to determine how will you, what contraceptives will you use, what birth control will you use, so that you won't have any children. And then once you have children, determine your parenting styles. Are you passive? And you're like, hey, you guys, I told you to clean up your room. You might want to clean up your room. Or are you more aggressive? Hey, didn't I tell you to clean up this room 5 or 6 times? You better get in here and clean up this room. So, and that's important because if you have different parenting styles, that can definitely cause a lot of arguments. Trust me, I know. Number 5, you need to get rid of those ungodly soul ties. So, soul ties are those things that you have with other people when you fall in love with them, when you're having intercourse with them. And when that happens, whether you believe it or not, when that happens, you take a piece of everybody you fall in love with, a piece of everybody you have intercourse with. You take it with you. Now, you and all of your exes, all of the people you slept with are in this relationship with your future spouse. How do you think that's going to go over? How do you think that's going to work? I'll have a video in the future on how to break ungodly soul ties and how to shed yourself of people from your past. And you'll be surprised at how much you change once you break those soul ties. Number 6, get to know each other's families. So this is important because your family, sometimes, most times, that's kind of who you are. You act just like your mom, you act just like your dad, or the older you get, like me, the older I get, the more I act like my mom. And yeah, it's awesome and a whirlwind at the same time, because I've acted like my dad my whole life. Now I'm becoming an old woman. Don't tell my mom I call her old woman. Don't do that. We supposed to be best friends. Don't tell her that. Get to know each other's families, habits, and then the families are the ones that have those juicy stories, those funny stories about, your significant other in their childhood. And believe it or not, some may know them better than you do. Number 7, couple or individual therapy. So, I have a love-hate relationship with therapy because you have to find a therapist that matches you. You have to. So you need individual therapy because you do not want to go into a relationship with issues. Because guess what? Those issues are going to manifest and multiply during a relationship. So, for example, if you both have abandonment issues, and I have a video on abandonment issues, and I'll link it here, there, somewhere. So if you both have abandonment issues, like, that's something that you need to address within yourself before you get into a relationship. because two people or one with abandonment issues, it could really harm your relationship. Or one, I said that. Couples therapy just helps you to think as a couple, think as a unit, and that's very important. Like, you're no longer one, you're two. Okay, number 8, learn each other's love language. It's imperative that you learn how your significant other feels loved. And I have a video to that as well, and it'll be linked here or there, one of them. I don't know. But learning each other's love language is very important because you want to make your partner feel as loved as possible. And just because you like kind words and you like gifts does not mean that's what your partner needs to, feel happy and feel loved. Number 9, find mutual hobbies. Now, I'm not saying you should do everything together, everything as a couple, but find something that you both like and to do. So that might be traveling. You both like to travel, play tennis, cooking new recipes, anything that you like to do, and do those things together. That just helps forge your bond and keep your bond as well. Number 10, and this might seem a little like, what? We want to be happy. Get into a good fight. Not a fist fight. Don't do that. Verbal disagreement. Okay, get into a disagreement. And that's usually when people get angry, that's when you see the real them. So going back up to number one, when you get to know each other, you usually meet a person's representative when you meet them. Like, I'm just being honest. You meet their representative. But when you get into a good argument with a person, you meet the real them. You need to discuss how you are during a disagreement. Are you the type to go and sit in a corner, calm down and want to talk? Or are you the type of person like, we need to discuss this now. We need to fix this now. So you need to determine before there even is a fight or an argument, how you're going to react, how you're going to solve it. Number 11, understand each other's values and beliefs. So understanding each other's values and beliefs is important because if you have different religious beliefs, different backgrounds, you're going to clash. If you cannot be open-minded to accept your partner's beliefs, you're not going to make it because you're going to argue. And understanding each other's values, let's say that you are one of those people that don't mind going to the casino, but your partner is like, no, I refuse to gamble. If you are a casino person and that's what you like to do for fun and your partner doesn't like to do it, will that bother you? Okay? So you need to just make sure you're on the same page. Have those conversations. What are your values? What are your beliefs before you even get married? And some of those things will be discussed in therapy. But I'm letting you know, you should do it. Number 12, share a space. So I wanted to put live together, but I mean, you don't necessarily have to live together because I know some people's values or beliefs are to not live together until you're married. But share a space, whether that's going on a trip together, because you can learn a lot about a person in a 1-week trip. Like, you can learn whether they leave the toilet seat up or down, whether they just throw their clothes off and put them on the floor or whatever, or put them in a dirty clothes hamper or bag or whatever. You can learn a lot about a person's habits in a week. Not everything, but a lot. So just share a space together. And if you want to live together, if you choose to live together, then that's even better. Because living together, you're around that person at all times. And when you're married, you're going to live together. So that's perfect practice for you. Number 13, study each other. And I don't mean be a creepy stalker person. Like, no, don't be a creepy stalker person. But learn each other's habits. Learn what makes your partner tick. What motivates your partner. What makes your partner happy. Is it, learning the love language is also part of studying your partner. So let's say you have a partner and they mention that they would really like a new purse. And I'm just going off an example. Oh, that purse looks nice. Oh, that purse. And for a holiday, guess what? You give your partner that purse. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't ask for that, because you're studying. Most people, and this is what I've learned from multiple relationships, when they mention something once or twice, subconsciously, even if they do it subconsciously, that is what they want. Okay, whether it's more hugs, like, oh, I wish you would hug me more, or I wish you would spend more time with me, or I wish you would talk to me more. And sometimes they won't even say it direct like that, but if you really truly pay attention to what somebody is saying, don't confuse it with nagging. And that's what a lot of people do. Oh, you're nagging me so much. Well, have you tried doing what your partner is asking of you? Have you really tried that before you're calling her or him saying that they're nagging? Have you really tried to do what they're asking? Okay, so study each other, study each other's habits. Okay, number 14, and this probably should have been up closer to the top. Developing trust. You cannot have a relationship without trust. You can't. It's just a train wreck. It's a train wreck waiting to happen to try to have a relationship without trust. Don't do it. Just find a way, whether it's in therapy, whether it's through different activities, whether it's over time. You have to learn how to trust each other. And if you have trust issues, you definitely 100% need to go to individualized therapy and get those resolved. Because if you have trust issues coming into a relationship, you're going to sabotage your relationship. And the last one, and a very important one as well, number 15, learn each other's pet peeves. So, any married person that's watching this knows what I'm talking about. Every married person that's watching this knows what I'm talking about. So, I have a huge pet peeve of leaving the toilet seat up. Like, it seems so simple, but that's why it's called a pet peeve, because it's not a huge thing, but it's a huge thing to me. And the person I was with had a huge pet peeve of me leaving hair products all over the counter everywhere. So that's learning each other pet peeves. So what I did was bought little caddies. Compromise. Oh, that's number 16. Bonus tip, compromise. So back to 15. I bought these caddies, put my products in. And so what I would do when I needed them, I would just take them out, use them, put them back in my caddy, hide them. But did I ever get the same courtesy in return? No, that toilet seat was still left up. So once you compromise, you both need to compromise, not just one person. Back to number 16, compromise. So I guess it is 16. It's a bonus. Okay, we're gonna say 15 plus a bonus. Anyway, number 16, you have to learn how to compromise. Like I said, you are two people becoming one. No, you still have your brain. You still can function on your own, but you share a household, you share a marriage, you share a name. Everything is about compromise. That's the name of the game, compromise. Okay? So, if you have any comments, if you have anything you want to add, please add it down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not.